Okay, looks like we're live. There we go. Hello everyone, this is April, back with some more Link to the Past Randomizer, April Fools Edition. This time I'm using the more conventional Defeat Ganon Goal, which means, in short, I have to collect all 7 crystals, open up Ganon's tower, get through that, and go beat Ganon to win. I'm not sure exactly what other settings are being used again, because I didn't actually write them down. They are in the spoiler log, which I'll check after the stream. But for now, let's just get started and see what happens. Must die. Okay, is that a Bowsette? Let's start from the sanctuary and see where it goes from there. Now, the sprite weirdness is going on again. Item icons are also shuffled. It looks like I left it on. Also, I'm getting text here, which is not normally happens, so I believe we have the Verbose setting of the April Fools Randomizer on. What that does is, normally when you play Randomizer, they take out most of the text, so you don't have to reread the cutscenes and all that. They assume you know what you're doing. But with Verbose mode on, the text is in, but slightly different. I think they basically ran it through machine translation, didn't bother to clean it up, so you get some very strange grammar. Some of the meanings are a bit off, stuff like that. So I may have some commentary on what the translation did there when we get to some of the other lines. Okay, the tree pull doesn't seem to work. Oh no, I need to actually kill something for that to any items to come out. It's 1 to 3 kills for the 1 tier. Okay, there's some money. That will come in handy. Don't seem to have the fake boots this time, so I don't have to worry about wasting money trying to run. Music shuffle at least is on. I don't think it has track shuffle, otherwise things would be sounding even stranger. Okay, so that's a start. Let's go into town and see what we can find. So let's take something out, then do the tree pull, see what it is. Also see what these have. 20 rupees, that could come in handy. Alright. So for anyone not familiar with these, those things which are called bush grabs by some. Okay, tree pull doesn't seem to be moving, so maybe that didn't count. Anyway, those things that have been called bush crabs, what those do is you pick up the bush or rock that they're hiding in it, and they'll start spewing out items, which in the original game are just green rupees, which are worth 1 each. But in this particular seed, it looks like they are red rupees, which are 20 each, so if I need some quick cash, that's the way to get it. I do not currently have any bombs, I think I'll go ahead and buy some, rather than risk not finding any. The shop was here, I think? Yeah, I don't normally use the shops. Okay. So ether looks like a fairy in a bottle, bombs look like the gold bee. Or good bee. Actually not sure which one it's supposed to be. Okay. So Westwoods and Kakariko are generally a good starting point because you will find a lot of items very quickly. And with everything shuffled around, randomized, the more items you can get quickly, the better. Yep, and there's that little voice clip. I think that's the message, or a bad translation of the message you would normally get if you tried to have the blacksmiths upgrade your sword when it can't be upgraded any further. At least by them. Yeah, and the "Is this even randomized" voice clip I figured out last time. Anytime you open a chest that has what it would have in the original game, you get that instead of the item get sound. So. It can be kind of a running gag in the randomizer community that someone finds something in its normal place, the audience starts going, "Is this even randomized?" And Boyoyong. Yeah, that's actually in the original Japanese text, as they have these weird sound effects with the hookshots, like boyoyong, boyoyong. So that's why that came through there. Hookshot looks like the Book of Medora. Also, I'd forgotten, one of the strange things the April Fools Randomizer can do is change the nature of entrances. So normally this would need to be bombed open, but today it's just already there. Ooh, Master Sword. Very nice. Plenty of money. That's good to have early on, because there are things you need to spend money on. Such as the bottle merchant. I do not need. On the head with all one's might you can raise it. Yeah, that would normally say to raise it over your head, which is not quite the same thing. There's that guy running off diagonally. Okay. Alright, they changed the quick stop so that it turbo cycles. Yeah, one of the useful things the randomizer has that you can turn on or off if you want. You should have it. If you press L and R, you can switch between your items quickly. Thing is, normally, when it's not April Fools, the way that works is you press the button, it changes one item, goes one item over, and then stops until you let go of the button and press it again. April Fools Randomizer, they've played around with that, apparently. I'm pretty sure it's the randomizer itself and not my controller settings. Where, as long as you keep the button pressed, it keeps cycling through items. So that will throw you off if you're relying on the quick swap. Anyway, flute early on is also very nice. That means you can travel around the world quickly, although some of the landing shots have been adjusted in ways that are not entirely friendly. But yeah, Kakariko is the ideal place to find it because then you can just go activate it right away. Okay. And the activated flute is now the bow and arrows icon, whereas the inactive one was the mushroom. Just switch over to here so I don't accidentally... Well, that hasn't been a problem. I can't remember the last time I accidentally used an item when I didn't mean to, but I always feel safer having it on something that I can't use anything up and can't, accidentally do so. Huh. Okay, it looks like the Master Sword beams go backwards. Okay, just arrows in the library. Yeah, there would also normally be a stairway right here, so that you wouldn't have to go all the way around the back of the building. But April Fools Randomizer is messing around with that. Also, something sounds slightly off of the music. I think some of the instruments are a bit off-key. Okay, nothing of interest here today, so... let's over to Link's house and do South Shore. Okay. Yep, everything looks normal here, except for the custom sprite, of course. Here's the fourth heart. The level of the heart has increased by 1. Kind of awkward phrasing, but not inaccurate. Guards moving very slowly. Yeah, I think one of the things that happened is the speed of enemies has been randomized, which would not normally happen, but it's April Fools Randomizer, so anything is fair game. Yeah, there was definitely a sour note there. Okay, it would not normally need a bomb here. Again, the randomizer is playing around with things like this. That's definitely not moving normally. Also, the switches are swapped. Probably should have seen that coming. Okay, so out in the drained lake, we have some arrows. And in the chests, bombs. He's going to throw the bomb he's got with the A button. Yeah, that's one of the things with translating Japanese text into a language like English, is that typically Japanese will not include the subject of the sentence if it's implied. So in this case, it's implied just by the way the thing is that it's talking about you, the player, or Link, the character, whichever. So, yep. But yeah, if you try to machine translate something that doesn't have a subject, it will try to kind of guess. So you get things like that where it just throws in a subject that really doesn't work. I guess it kind of does if you think of he as Link, but yeah, in that case it should be something like, you can pick up and throw bombs that you have placed. Yeah. He's going to throw the bomb he's got. I think it confused holding with having, which is understandable. They're similar concepts. Oh, right, I have the flute so I can go faster. To certain places, anyway. So I could have fluted over to the desert instead of... At least assuming I didn't shuffle the locations. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the flute destination shuffle is off. But some of the spots are changed around anyway. Sounds like today the low health noise is the fire rod sound. Okay, bombs. We'll want the hook shot for these, since it's the easiest way to deal with them. Yeah, hookshot will take the mini molars out in one hit. This is at least less annoying than the normal low health sound. Not sure how they get nice from that. Yeah, that's an awkward... A crimson flame bursts into her? Yeah. Okay, I think I know how this thieves line came from. The original line is something like, Mina ni wa naisho, with naisho being like, it's a secret, it's just between us. It's basically, keep this between us, basically. Or, it's a secret to everyone in the original Zelda, which is also not translated the best. But apparently the machine translation got too nice, and it's like, oh, that must be nice. It's like, no, it's naisho. Naisho. And there's our death sprite. Slightly jumbled. Come to think of it, I don't think I died in the previous run, so I didn't see this. Okay. Let's start from Sanctuary for the healing. Yeah. That's right, they talk. So we have the hookshot here, bombs, I think that's the fire rod, ether, and the flute. Yeah, fire rod is the first thing on the second line. So... Let me check the graveyard, because normally you would need the power gloves to lift the stones in front of the one grave to get into the back of Escape. And the gate's closed. But there may be something in effect called one of the options in the April Fools Randomizer is to shuffle the graves, and that may be on. And if that is on, then the entrance may be under a different grave, which would mean I can get there right now. Yep. Of course, some of the graves also have ghosts in them. And enemies can drop these. Honestly, I probably should have done the front of Escape first in case there's a key there. Although you can use the key going either direction, so it doesn't really matter. And there's the key. And a map. You should know your current location and the whole thing. Not wrong, but a bit awkward. Wait, does Mac work properly? Yeah, it does. This isn't room shuffle. Yeah, I'm going to not go into the dark areas. At least for now. I think I could probably navigate through there. It's not that bad. If you defeat the crease, the passive maybe... Yeah. Okay, this is actually a more accurate translation in a way than the official one, because Coats of Arm isn't bad either. Yeah, there are several different words that mean roughly priest or something similar to that, and one of them is used for Aghanim. So the priest he's talking about there is Aghanim, not himself. The priest that's in the church there has a different word used for him that's... it sounds more benevolent, basically. I forget what the exact literal translations of both are, but I think Aghanim sounded like it has something to do with performing rituals. And yeah, I think the word they used for that priest is literally something like Holy Father. So, it gives you kind of a general idea of what to expect from them. Yeah, enemies can drop other enemies, which can look strange when they're not supposed to be there. That's not a normal randomizer thing, it's a April Fool's thing. The eagle is an elder. Washiwa. Yeah, Washi, as I mentioned last time, was a... Okay, the grammar here is pretty bad. But he can use that sword, that's not the case. Defeat 3 monsters and get 3 coats of arm. Only the hero in hand is the user when you become a Hylia people. Communicate. In Misery Mire. Okay. Anyway, as I was saying, eagle in Japanese is washi, but washi in this case is a first-person pronoun typically used by old men, at least in anime-type stuff. So if you start seeing old men talking about eagles in machine translation, that's probably what's happening. There's some armor. Nice. It reduces the damage received from enemies. Correct. I'm happy. That is literally accurate, but sounds a bit awkward in English. Our new dress is kind of purplish with blue shoulder guards. Kind of like it. Anyway, could go up the mountain. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do the hook shot and get to the east side and Goo Paradox Cave and some other things. Alright, I'm going to try this again. Last time I tried this and didn't really know where I was going and fell down a hole. Alright, the beams are backwards. So you want to go up as far as you can? Not quite. This goes to the side here. Wait until you can go to the left. Go here. I'm gonna follow this downward. Hope that's far enough. Nope. Some people are very good at this. I am not one of them. I've not practiced this at all. Okay, we're going diagonal down. No? Okay, never mind then. Although the old man does appear in his cave even before you rescue him from the dark cave, because the game wasn't expecting you to be able to get here without going through there. The ball called Munpar. Yeah. Moonpad. Or Moon Pearl. You want the hook shot? Also want to try to avoid the rocks a little better. It can be difficult to do, especially when you're in places where you can't maneuver, but they do kind of hurt when you only have 4 health. I don't think armor helps you with them either. So up on top of Spectacle Rock is just some arrows, and inside is just some money. So can forget those and go across the broken bridge and see what's over there. You do, of course, need the hook shot to do that. Yeah, music definitely sounds a bit off. Again, we have something that would normally need to be bombed open, not needing that. I feel like I recognize the voice in the voice clip too. Might be Andy, he's one of the better known randomizer streamers. Alright, and Crystal Switch states are reversed. Yeah. That MC Hammer thing, that's also in the Japanese text. It's one of their stranger and sillier things in there. Also, sound effects for hammering, so you've got all those bang bang clap stuff in here. Not sure what pile softening is supposed to be. Oh, they're also bang bang clap clap. Ooh, there's our gloves. Yeah, grab became grab rather than glove. Yeah, how English phonetics work in Japanese can be a bit odd, especially since English itself isn't nearly as phonetic as it should be. The power is full on both arms. Should be both arms feel full with power, basically. Even the Ishi can get rid of it. Ishi would be rock. So, yeah, make of that what you will. Oh, here's a Moon Pearl. From the golden power used by the wicked, that's basically accurate, protect the brave and do not change his appearance. Grammatically awkward, but not too far off. Notice our inventory items do not have their icons jumbled, they're just there. Or the passive items, rather. So the glove, the Moon Pearl, the sword, and the armor just look like what they are. This was the hammer. And then this is the bottle with a fairy in it. Okay. Yeah, I'll do the bomb jump. Or try to, anyway. I think that's close enough. Yep. I don't know, I tend to have trouble with bomb jumps, but that one's pretty easy. So up here you can check what's on the floating island. That's just some money, so nothing to worry about for later. Obviously you can't get there yet anyway. Well, it's obvious if you're familiar with the game. You need to get into it from a cave in the Dark World, then mirror back to the Light World. And this, of course, is a lot faster if you have the Pegasus boots to dash through the spiral. But the hookshot does at least make it easy to deal with the enemies. There's Bombos. Yeah, I believe it's Bomba in Japanese, so bomber makes sense. Magic explosion runs the ground, but be careful of magic meters. Yeah, again, that's a Japanese-English difference, where English is very conscientious of whether you have one thing or more than one thing, which is pretty common in European languages, is you have singular, you have plural, and you have to be careful of which is which. Japanese and a lot of other languages that are kind of similar to it, you don't really have that concept. If you care how many of a thing it is, you'll say how many. Otherwise, there's no difference between bird and birds, for instance. It's just, there's the noun, you have it, the amount is not specified. So the original text is something like, be careful of magic meter, which may or may not be singular or plural. In context, it's pretty obvious that it means your magic meter and the single one you have, not some bizarre horde of magic mirrors that, or magic meters that's coming to attack you from somewhere. But it is a rather silly line if you take it as written there. Beware of magic meters. There's the big key. Which means, at least for now, I would not have to go through the back of the dungeon. Does not open with a small key. Yeah. Yeah, there should not be a period there. Does not open with a small key is a description of the doors that this does open. Not sure what front of the Jaw Titan is supposed to be, though. Okay, looks like the stun prize is hearts. I do want that back up to get out. Gano. Oh, that's right, that's what I called myself. Yeah, I'm ALttPR. Sup. Yeah. Ooh, there's some physics weirdness. And there. Come to think of it, that probably means the Hyrule trick would not work properly, or at least not easily. Yeah, there's a trick here called Hyrule, where if you know what you're doing, you can kind of clip into the pot by the stairs down, and fall into it, which will let you get to the higher floors more quickly, because there's a teleporter at the bottom. Alright, I want to flip the switch. But with the physics being messed around with, that might throw off the setups that people normally use. I don't really know because I haven't actually practiced it myself and I don't know exactly how to get it to work anyway. But the basic idea of it is you either get into a super speed state to clip into the pot, or you push yourself into it with bombs. And then you can use the hook shot to pull yourself into the middle of it and fall down. Yeah, speaking of which, I could hook shot over to the chest, but without the boots, I'd need to use the bombs to get back, or jump down the hole, which is not ideal. Okay, that's... Fire bar is a lot bigger than usual, but it does have large gaps in it that you could probably slip between. Oh, right. Wrong hole. Kind of went on autopilot there for no real reason. But yeah, this is where Hyrule would take you, down to this basement with the fairies, and then you use the teleporter, and that puts you back up here. Well, I say back up here, but if you fall from the first floor, you were never up here to begin with. Anyway, what I meant to do is what you're supposed to do to get to this chest normally. Just drop here, and it's just the map. So the compass is either on the boss or in the basement. I'm hoping it's in the basement so that I'll be sure to have everything from the dungeon. But if it's on the boss, I'll have to go downstairs and make sure I get that before leaving, just in case. It's probably nothing important, but you don't want to risk it. Okay, it sounds like today our boss music is just the ordinary, boring cave music. Can't tell if the Moldorm's moving differently from usual or not. It's pretty... well, I don't think it's actually random, it just seems random to begin with. I think speedrunners have actually analyzed its behavior and found a pattern to it. But whatever it is, I'm not familiar with it, and I can't actually tell if it's moving differently. On the other hand, I have the Master Sword already, so spin attacks are the same as the hammer, and easier to use. So yeah, let's just do this. One more hit will do it. Yeah, and that hit it right through the head because the tail was close enough. And there's the compass. So there's something in the basement. The location of the boss, this is perfect. I think the original text is something about pinpointing where the boss is. So I guess pinpointing and exactness got confused into perfection. Yeah, our fanfare is a bit off again. Weirdly dragged out at the end. I think the crystal dialogue is still not in the game. Yeah. In the original game, every time you get a crystal, there's a long dialogue with the maiden trapped inside that gets into more world building and all that. In Randomizer, that's taken out, and that stays out even with Verbose on. Ooh, apples. Apples are functionally just reskinned hearts. Huh. That's interesting. Yeah, normally when a tile comes up and attacks you, it just leaves a blank tile underneath. Festive Randomizer, April Fools, seems to mess around with that. Last seed I played had what looked like empty pits and probably were. Also, they shuffled the placement of the tiles, so we have some weird looking stuff going on here. Not sure if that's supposed to be any particular shape. It doesn't really look like anything. Okay, yeah, I do have the fire rod so I can light the torches. Okay. Cane of Burna. I think it's called Baida in Japanese, which kind of sounds like bailar in Spanish, which I think was dance. So maybe that's how that got to dancer. Hikari's obi would be Hikari no obi, which Hikari, light, obi is like a belt or a sash, so properly that says a ring of light will protect you. But I suppose I can understand the automated translation not being able to tell the difference between a common noun and a proper noun. Especially if they wrote it in, katakana. Which there's a good chance they did. I forgot I need to flip this back. And the tiles, of course, are back and moving at turbo speed. Actually, why am I coming out on foot? There's nothing else to do on the mountain right now. Okay, so I have the gloves and Boon Pearl and hammer, so that means Dark World access. So let's head on into the Dark World. Come to think of it, let's do a map check. Okay, just pendants in the Light World dungeons that are left, so we'll probably not need to go there. Hammer pegs are moved. Great. Did not mean to do that. Oh well, let's use this tile instead. Okay, so crystals everywhere except swamp. So I'll probably need to do... well, not swamp, mire. They're both the type of swamp. So I'll need to do all the dungeons other than mire. Hopefully we'll not need to do mire. As long as the green pendant doesn't lock something and there's nothing interesting in the dungeon itself. I'm not sure if I want to do Dark Palace yet or not. Do at least want to check Catfish and Pyramid first. And then head over to the west. See what's over there. Yeah, we'll do the overworld loop. Of course, that guy suddenly cuts in front of me. There, I was hoping for a heart. Not sure what that thing dropped, and I don't want to risk interacting with it without knowing. Let's see if I can get a tree pull now. Okay, hearts. Excellent. That would be the tier 2 pull, because I've killed at least 4 things, I think, but also gotten hurt. Just done that. Yeah. The goal should be defeat Ganon, but let's just make sure. Collect 7 crystals and beat his minion at the top of the tower. Yep. There's a full heart, I'll take that. Health is not too much of a priority, because it doesn't directly give you progression. But you do want enough that you're not going to worry too much about dying. And at only 4 hearts, you definitely want more. I think I probably want to get at least 10 or so to feel fairly safe. Anyway. For a long walk up to the catfish. It would be nice if I had the magic mirror so I could go into the Zoras while I was at it. But not today. Ah. That's an interesting trap. So yeah, when you hit things with sword beams, they're knocked away from you, but apparently the game determines away by which way you're facing. So if you're facing up, it will push them up. Which means if you're shooting beams behind you, things will be pulled towards you when the beams hit them. Are you the one who jams the eagle's nap? Yeah, ego again is washi here, which is just my nap. And jams would be an awkward translation of interrupt or interfere with. Do this and go over there. That would be take this and go away. Okay, nothing important today. Still, better to come up here and make sure it's nothing important. This is one of the more out-of-the-way checks, and if it turns out to be something important you do leave it for later, it's pretty easy to forget. Okay, do not have flippers, so I can't just jump in the river. Yeah, and even if I did jump in the river, you can't get to the west shore in the Dark World. Okay, there's some health. You can hookshot across here still. That's what that subtle arrow in the grass to the side is for. Indicate that it's there. Can't do anything here without the mirror. If I had the mirror, I could go into the light world and get the thing on the ledge. Some speedy moblin. Very slow guards. Yeah, that was a fake rock. Okay, that's just some money up there, so nothing to worry about. So the cape is not going to be required this scene. Let's take a peek in here. I do have the fire rod, so I can go straight into the back of the dungeon. Well, if I could figure out how to get there. Because, yeah, this is changed around. And you need the key to get through there. Okay, nothing bobble there. Yeah, normally there's a door to the left and you just go right through. Ah, there's the Wallmaster. I was wondering where it got to. I guess there was just so many sprites it didn't load. Alright, the pot that's normally in the side room is now where the chest would be, and the chest is over in the side room. One of those little April Fools tricks. There's the flippers. I webbed Zora. Okay then. I think they're called, like, finger webs or something like that in the Japanese, maybe? They are in the ending, at least. You buy them from the Zoras, so that's why Zora's in the message. And Swiss is, like, sui sui. Which is, like, a sound effect for swimming well. Fluid swimming, basically. Smooth? Yeah, smooth. Swimming smoothly and effectively, basically. Sui sui. Come over here. Another giant fire bar. Looks like they're all going to be like that. I'm not playing my best here. Alright, I had a fairy in a bottle. That's kind of a waste. So I probably should have saved that until after going up. Oh, what's done is done. I do have Rewind available, but I'm not going to use it. Anyway, here we have the big key. Yeah, there's no other way to get to the room in the left there. So I guess I do need to go through the locked door. From the northwest room, which is normally useless. Yeah, in the previous seed I didn't need to finish Skull Woods, so I never did find out how to get to the back. Okay, was that a really slow fireball? There's a bee in a bottle. Okay, but now I need to use key to leave here. But there should be more to find. Get in the hole. There it goes. You can kind of go diagonally between those two pits, but it's not that difficult to just step on the tile. And you can bomb jump across those pits to get to the big chest, but I'm not going to. Like I've said, I'm not very good at bomb jumps. And I think it's less trouble to just do it the way you're supposed to. Not sure what that was. Again, with the weirdnesses of April Fools Randomizer making monsters drop random monsters sometimes, you'll get things where the sprite isn't loaded properly, and it looks like jumbled who knows what. Also, you can walk along the edge of the wall there to get to this without switching the pitch, which is probably not intended. Yeah, and that was there was the risk of using the hook shot to kill things, is if there's something to hook on behind them and you miss, you can pull yourself right into what you're trying to take out. Yeah. Some magic back. So they're on the magic drop hole. Alright, let's come back here and see if I can figure out how to get to the other side. It shouldn't be that difficult, but I remember trying it and not being able to figure it out earlier. And this is a crystal dungeon, so I do need to clear it. Oh, I think I know what you need to do. Step on the tiles to switch the pits around. Yeah, there we go. So when I came through here earlier, there's a big pit in front of the door, and I couldn't go any further. Wait, there should be a key under the pot. Are the too many sprites loaded, maybe? Let's come back in and try it again. It's just not showing up. Maybe they removed it. Which seems weirdly punitive, but you never know with April Fools Randomizer. Anyway, use the fire rod of this to open it up, as in the original game. Can't go that way. That's where the pot is. that was fast. Yeah, of course, that's where the key would normally be, because normally you need the key to get further into this section, and same thing is true today. Yeah, Norway would have several extra keys at this point. So they may have just taken some of them out of the pool. Which again seems weirdly punitive, because what if you'd use some up on the other locked doors that you don't technically need to, but are there? Anyway. Let's burn these to get them out of the way. Yeah, looks like fire rod shots go weirdly slow to the left. Yeah, of course the Bowsette's bunny form is Bowser. That was to be expected. It's the key, which we actually need today. That's kind of interesting. Normally that door would just be open. It doesn't even make sense for it to be locked because it's not lockable on the other side. Okay, I think this... one of these was a B. I don't even remember where the... I don't remember getting the other bottle. No, wait, one had the fairy in it, so that would be this one. So this one has the B in it. So let's use the B on the moth. At least I think it was a B in a bottle I found. Yeah. That was unexpected. Normally not that easy to kill. So I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe they adjusted the moth's health or the bee's damage. Or maybe they made it not invulnerable to spikes. Because normally, one of the big things that makes this boss a pain normally is that Mothula cannot be damaged by spikes. But the way spike damage works is that when you hit something into spikes, the spike damage replaces the damage you would have done. Which means that if you hit Moth into spikes, your attack doesn't hurt it, because the spike damage, which it ignores, replaces that. But if the spikes are doing full damage, that's fairly heavy damage, and would take it out quickly. Alright, and normally you'd go back through there into the door to the right, but there is no door to the right. So it makes sense to come up here to the pit that no one ever uses. Which will drop us into the room to the northeast of that. And from here, it can just leave. Again, that's not something that anyone would normally use on purpose, if they're familiar with the game. But it's good to know it's there in case of weirdness like that. Actually, I thought those were on the magic drops. Why are they giving me bombs? Or is it even more randomized than usual? Okay, so drops in Link to the Past, there are 8 different sets of things that enemies can drop. And most of them are fairly fanatic. There's one that's all money, there's one that's mostly magic, there's one that's mostly arrows, and so on. Randomizer takes those 8 sets of things, well, the 7 that aren't empty, and shuffles them around with each other. But otherwise leaves them alone and keeps things that are paired with each other, So, if you have several different enemies in the base game that would normally drop mostly bombs, they might end up dropping mostly arrows in the randomizer. but they'd still be dropping the same sets of things as each other. Okay, yeah, I wasn't really paying attention to the NPC dialogue there. I don't think it was significantly changed, except the shop guy said Ni-chan, which is kind of an affectionate, like, big brother kind of thing, but without necessarily indicating family. Yeah, Japanese family terms are interesting like that. Yeah, loosen the ground and seal the enemy. Yeah, I think the Japanese text does say something about sealing them, which certain enemies will turn into these weird, almost harmless radish things, which I guess is kind of sealing them. I guess you could consider it that. Yeah, and the metal is called Shake rather than Quake. And today it looks like a dungeon map. But yeah, as I was saying, family terms in Japanese, yeah, most of them can be used for basically anyone and not necessarily indicate actually being family, but it's kind of a affectionate sort of thing, kind of a friendly, well, not exactly affectionate, it's kind of a friendly sort of thing, and it would kind of imply general age, gender relationships. So if you're calling someone Ni-chan, like, that's a big brother thing, well, the chan makes it kind of affectionate, but because you're using big brother, you're implying that the person is, for one thing, male, and for another, somewhat older than you, but not too much. So, still young. If you're using, like, Oji-san, which is uncle, that's someone who's kind of middle-aged-ish. And then Oji-san, which is grandfather, would be like an older man. The sword became stronger. It seems that power comes from inside the body. I think that's pretty close. I think the original says something about it feels like power is welling up inside you. Bowser. That goofy head thing. Oh, there's a light source. Kantara. We're calling it both a lantern and a Kantara. I think Kantara may be the... yeah. Kantara may be whatever word the Japanese for lantern is derived from whatever language it is. Possibly Dutch? A lot of early Japanese words that were adopted from European languages came from, yeah, I think it was Dutch, because for a while they were the only country that was allowed to trade with Japan. So that was basically the only exposure they had to Western languages. Nowadays, most of the borrowed words are from English. Ah. Looks like there's a barrier added there. Yeah, those turbo bunny beams. Okay, piece of heart, which gives us a full heart, which provides healing. Yeah, there's a wall here that would not normally be here. And these stairs here would not normally be here either. Okay, there it goes. Problem with these overhangs is you can't see what's underneath them. But in any case, with the hammer we can do the entire dungeon, so let's do that. Okay, the key is still in its normal place. There's the boss room with no boss in it. Not sure why I even went in there. Yep, they've messed with the dungeon again. It wasn't just the thing in the front. So how do you get past here? Probably you need to come through one of the doors from this side. Let's try that one. If I could figure out how to get there. Okay, there's a bobble wall there. Which I can get through from here. Of course, if I had the boots, I could just break it down with a bash, but I don't. Obviously, you can't use items you don't have. Yep, and there's our way in. Okay, because the switches are backwards, I want to go up here. Normally you'd need to go through the left door, come up this to flip the switches to get to that room. But again, because the switches are backwards, that's not the case here. See if these are normal. Yeah, normally that would be a trap. Which would make things fall from the ceiling and attack you. Speaking of things attacking you. Right, and these rooms are technically the same room. So go health noise again. Yeah, it would have been embarrassing to be taken out by a bee. Could still happen. Okay, got away. Okay, no health here. Can't remember where there are hearts in this dungeon. Do need to be a little more careful. Yeah, no powder, so I can't powder a fairy. And you can't get through there. So, probably from this room? Yeah, that was rearranged. I think one of these has health in it. Okay, that's a little breather room. And a little more. This at least looks normal so far. And there should be some more health in here. Okay, that should be good. It was helpful, please, Tilda. Please take me there. Need to wait for this to wear off to open the chest. And there's the compass, which means there's a key on the boss, which means I'll need to come back in to get the big chest. Or no, the key could be in the big chest itself, so let's hope for that. Anyway, in case anyone's not familiar with the game, the maiden here is a fake that's actually the boss in disguise. And by bombing the floor upstairs that makes light fall into the boss room here, and the boss does not like light. It's a fairly accurate, if overly literal, translation. And this magic stick is a very easy way to kill the boss. Not quite as quick as doing it with perfect execution, but very safe. Okay, that's the last dungeon item, or the last meaningful item for the dungeon. So yeah, the key is locked in the big chest, so you can't get to it at all, which is fine. That just means it's out of play and doesn't need to be worried about. Extended fanfare again. I believe that's our second crystal. Yeah, I did the Tower of Hera and here and Mathia, so that's 3. And those are the 5 and 6 crystals, which means I can now get the Jumbo Bomb and find out what's in the pyramid. Don't have the Titan's Mitts. Okay, I can't get this without Titan's Mitts. Need to jump off on the other side of the rock. Yeah, blind is a neat boss because you have that little puzzle just to get it to show up in the first place. And then the way the damage works is different, because instead of having things do, like, health damage, it's each hit you do counts as a hit, and these 9 hits to take him out. 3 for each phase. Not sure what this thing about 30 hours is supposed to be. It's probably just a bad machine translation of something completely different. I can't even imagine offhand what this is supposed to say. The treasure that came out yours. Let's shovel. That could actually be an accurate translation. Japanese is very flexible about using nouns as verbs. It's been known to happen often enough in English, but in Japanese it's just a constant thing. Anyway, the timer is ridiculously high in the Festive Randomizer, but it may also make you dig much more than usual. Normally, the way the digging game works is after you've dug a certain number of digs, then you have a random chance with each additional one to get whatever the prize is, which in the original game is a piece of heart. In Randomizer, of course, it's randomized. Also, the number of digs you need is randomized. But the way Randomizer does it is that instead of being random after a certain number of digs, if you do whatever the randomly chosen number of digs is, your next dig will automatically be the prize. And you can tell what it is even if it's something generic like that rupee there by it making the item get noise. So we have here... If you get lost on this side, it will look like this. Yeah, that's just something about how if you wander into this side of the world, basically, the Dark World, your form changes. When she was in the world of Moto, she often liked her QA, and she played. I think QA there is a mistranslation of flute. And then Moto is original, so original world, and she is just the translation getting confused about the subject. That should be I. There she filled the ocarina with the seeds of flowers. Oh, there's her boots. Very nice. If you press and hold A for a certain period of time, that's surprisingly accurate. Yeah, there's a dash going. And looking ridiculous because of the sprite jumbling that this setting does. I think that was actually an optional setting in the Festive Randomizer was whether or not to shuffle your Sprite around, but hey, it's silly, why not put it on? Okay. So here, get this. The bomb is with the A button, you can cut it. Cut should be something like set loose. They're similar concepts and I can understand it being translated wrong, but cutting a bomb doesn't really make sense. Okay. Just bring this up to the pyramid and find out what's inside. Probably nothing good, but it's 2 checks, so you don't want to skip them. Oh, there's a bow. That's going to be useful. Yumi being Japanese for bow. Again, the translator seems to have confused proper and common nouns. The arrow is shining. Not sure how you get shining. I think the line was about you can shoot arrows until you run out. So our bow and arrow looks like an empty bottle with the item icon shuffle. So, can't do Swamp without the mirror. Can't get to Turtle Rock and Ice without the Titan's Mitts. But the bow will come in handy for Dark Palace, so let's go there. Yeah, with the bow and the hammer, that should be enough to clear everything. And the lamp. Lamp is not strictly required if you're good at navigating dark rooms, but logically it is. There's just a difference between what's technically possible and what the game expects you to do. Alright, wrong path. I don't think that's changed. I think it just took a wrong turn. I kiki, I love rupee. 10 rupees or I won't. Yeah, let's hook shot. Now, I do want to be careful with the beams there, because with them shooting out the wrong way, they could knock things up. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. Okay. First of all, okay, if the 4 switch isn't working, then I could probably push the statue. No. Okay, maybe it's just on this side then. Okay. Yeah, normally both 4 switches will open the doors. There's a big key. It's nice to get early. I think normally you can push the statue on this side, which means you don't normally need to worry about finding the door switch to get out. So if that one doesn't move, then this one probably does. Alright, and the Helmosaurs, the way they work is it's which way they and you are facing. So if you're facing towards them, and they're facing towards you, even if you're hitting them from the side with a spin attack, it still gets blocked by the mask. And vice versa. If you hit them in the face, but you're facing away from them with a spin attack, it counts it as you hitting them in the back, basically. There's a roller. Not friendly. Alright, I have boots. I can just break that down. Yeah, looks like the recoil is randomized. The bow is there. And there we go. Now, I kind of like the concept of the enemies that they move when you move. Especially since the red ones will shoot fire at you if you're facing each other and lined up. So it makes sense if you can manage to shoot the arrow, then maneuver them into it. I wonder if those will stay hammered if I go through here and come back. Okay, there's a key in its normal location. Though the dungeon does have enough keys that it's not that surprising. And will this work here? Okay, normally you can, if you have the boots, kind of bash into the stairs and knock yourself up to where the chest is. But yeah, that's not working today with momentum shuffle, basically. Okay. Yeah, let's check down here. Actually, first get the chest over on the ledge and then go down there. Yeah, normally it would be the bottom block that moves. That was changed around for this. And I can't get back now. Fair. Half the point of the April Fools Randomizer is it messes around with you. Okay. You can come up here and get this chest. Which would normally be the big key, but today it's some more health, which is welcome. It's not progress, but it's nice to get. Okay, and I should have enough keys I could just go through the middle. Yeah, that's plenty of keys for this dungeon. Oh, right, I need to flip the switch. Whatever that was, it wasn't turtles. Probably the crabs? If I had been thinking about it, I could have hit the switch from here. There's the bombs back. And this I would not want to do in the dark, even if it didn't have the chance of being changed around because of the April Fool's stuff. I don't know that the layout has been changed, but the potential is there. And the fireballs are going everywhere because of the messing around with the momentum. There's heart piece. And with the big key, you can take care of this now. And it's just a little money. Not this fireballs, though. They're just flying everywhere. Okay, there should be one more key somewhere, so probably one of these two chests. Yep. Okay. So there's one key for this room, and then one in the basement. And then on to the boss. Oh, nice. Got a powerful grab, or glove. Grab. He'll be able to get rid of the funny and unlucky black sardines. Yeah, I don't know. It should be saying something about the large black rocks, I think. I have no idea where sardines came from. I might be able to figure it out if I looked at the original text, but out of context, it's just bizarre. Here we go. I'll take the ferry. And this is already open. Yeah, I found that out in the last run, that if this is already open with the April Fools Randomizer, you can shoot the statue in the eye, and it will close up again, and then you have to shoot it a second time to get the passage to reopen. Oop. I keep forgetting they can do that. Monsters dropping monsters is not something you normally have to worry about. Because they also can't normally drop apples. And I guess this count as monster sprites? Apparently. Okay, which one is it? Yeah, that seems to be shuffled in the Festive Randomizer. And now for the boss. Yeah, holding your sword up, make sure you stay facing upward, and it seems to extend the hammer range a little bit also. Okay, the tail does still come at you, despite flailing around wildly. Alright, that was simple enough. Tempered sword helps a lot. And it's kind of hard to get excited about the bosses with the cave music going. It's not very high energy. Okay, I think that was the fourth crystal. Yep. So there's Charter Rock, Ice Palace, and Swamp still to do. Can't do Swamp without the mirror. I can't finish Charter Rock without the Ice Rod, so makes sense to go to Ice. Although, while I think about it, let's rescue the old man on the mountain first. Unlock that third starting point. On the offhand chance he has some item. Okay. So when you get to this point, you want to go down along this wall. Okay, when you stop, you go a little further and then around. Okay. Maybe now I remember how to get through there without a light. I don't know anyone, but don't go to the mountains. Honestly, that's not bad advice if you're an ordinary person in this world. Be careful of your feet, and there are holes in them. Oh boy. Yeah, watch your feet, there are holes, not in your feet, in the ground. The future is a mountain of monsters. That should be ahead, is a mountain full of monsters. He didn't say bad things like that, just appeared in the mountain. It's something like, I won't say bad things to you, or I won't steer you wrong kind of thing. That's telling you, he's basically advising you to be careful of the mountains, don't go too far in. Yeah, the old man following you also affects your speed. Normally it's consistently slightly slower than usual, but apparently the Festive Randomizer has just jumbled everything all around, so diagonals are strangely fast. Okay, he's talking about how the king took his granddaughter to the castle and she hasn't come back. Ikenie is sacrifice. And that I'm going to do my best. Okay, you do sometimes go a little faster when you're doing diagonals, but this is ridiculous. The daughter who was made a handsome girl is still... she lives somewhere. I think it confused Ikenie with Ikemen. Which, Ikenie is sacrificed, Ikemen is like a handsome guy. Yeah, awkward. Since the last year. If when the yelling lost them in the magic team, please... Yeah, that's just so awkward, I'm not sure what to do with it. Anyway, let's get some healing and then head over to the lake. Now first, let's do the Zora checks. And also buy a potion because I have the money for it. And the empty bottle. Hee Mido Big. Or Hi Hi. Not sure you're supposed to pronounce that. Like I've mentioned, English phonetics are weirdly unpredictable. Not sure where big comes from, but Mido is a common thing that merchants say. It's like, come again kind of thing. Medicine of Life and Magic both will... I'm not sure where Be Sick came from, because that should be both will recover. Don't have the mushrooms, so you can't turn that in. This is weirdly different. Still passable. It's just a strange variation on the terrain. Alright, so in here, a bit of money and some bombs. Nothing useful. Okay, so an hour and a half in, 4 crystals. That's a pretty decent progress. I will get that. Armor is, of course, optional, but it doesn't hurt to have it. Hi, is this an eagle? Washi ni nankayo. Don't like it free if you give 5 rupees. You can do it. That's webbing. A secret waterway only for eagles. Okay, heart piece. We'll come over here and grab the armor. See what color that makes her dress. Her damage from the enemy will reduce from her blue clothes. With a nice deep red. It would probably look pretty good if the head were in the right spot. Kind of a deep blood red. Seems appropriate for a Bowsette. Right, this should go to the lake, but they may have played around with it. And they did. But this is at least in the area. And they can check the Ice Rod Cave while I'm here. And I'm guessing you need to go in this side. I did last time. Nope, it's the normal layout. Yeah, so normally that room is the way that it is this time, where you have to bomb in here to get to the chest. And I need another bomb here. Because it's messed around with the doorways. The last seed I played, it moved the blocks so that they were blocking this door, and you had to come through and through the other side. Okay, there's some money. I think I've already spent all the money I need to for the seed, but... Actually, let's, I got too close to the edge. Yeah, that should be good. I want to set up a water walk because it's faster than swimming. I don't think it matters if you get hit. I'll find out soon enough. Yep. Anyway, by dashing along the edge of the pit like that and through the doorway without hitting anything, it does something weird with the player state that somehow confuses the game into letting you walk on the water. Again, I have no idea why, but that's what happens. And as soon as you get in the shallows, it resets. But coming here would have reset it anyway. And this... There's some health. I think it's slightly faster to go this way. Okay, that is in its usual place. Last seed, it was up on that cliff to the north here. Probably still slightly faster than swimming the whole way down the river. Grab some quick capacity upgrades while I'm here. Because it's not like I need the money anyway. And a few more bombs and arrows might come in handy. I want the fire rod. Okay, don't have the red stick, so I can't do Icebreaker. And there's a good chance the dungeon has been adjusted so it wouldn't work anyway. Let's see what our clue tile says. 2 flames, large and small, will protect you. That's pretty straightforward and accurate. I think the top one has the key? No. It's the middle one. Unless that was randomized, but I don't think so. I need to remember I have the boots. Hookshot, for whatever reason, will one-shot the Pangators. And apparently the monsters spawned from them don't count towards making the chest appear. Right. Let's check this room anyway. Ah. Yep, they've removed the wall entirely, so you don't even need Icebreaker. Though that probably means there will be other changes elsewhere that could be more problematic. Like there not being a doorway here at all. At the stairs, rather. But there is the chest still. Oh, good thing I checked. Because it looks like with the current dungeon layout, you can't get there otherwise. Yeah, I still want bombs for the Stealthless Knights downstairs. There is a way to hit them both with one bomb, but I keep forgetting how to do it. The sword fighter of the skeleton cannot be defeated with a sword alone. Collapse when he hits, he'll stop. First part good, second part less good. Huh. Well, the movement of the conveyor belt seems to be shuffled. So I don't remember it ever going up and down. That's where people would normally use the Ice Palace bomb jump to get past there with the switches in the other position. But for one thing, I'm not very good at bomb jumps, especially tricky ones like that. And for another, with the way the momentum has been messed around with, it might not even be possible. Okay. Let's check to the side first. And this is just the decoy. Normally up here would be the stairs to where the other chest was. But they've been removed from both sides. Oh, is this how you get to Ice 2? I keep forgetting. Oh no. Okay, that's not working. Yeah, I tried to hookshot through that without getting hit. Obviously did not work. There's a chest here that's easy to overlook unless you know about it. And you're supposed to bomb here to get down to the chest. With the hookshot, it's also possible to just clip through the blocks as you're pushing them. But we'll do it the fair way first. Yeah, what you can do with these is kind of that. Anyway. So it looks like I could just go straight to the boss. But there was one other thing I wanted to check. Yeah, the iced tea is what they call it. Alright. Should be through here into the next room, I think. That was awkward. Yeah, these oversized fireballs are problematic at times. Yeah, this room. And it's just the map. Well, that's all the dungeon items, so there will be something on the boss. Besides, of course, the crystal. I think I got some more health trying to get hearts than I gained. Anyway, you push this down, and assuming this hasn't been completely redone... Wait, what? Okay, something weird is happening here. And the switches are the wrong way to get to the pots with the fairies. Which I wouldn't be surprised if they put a passage through the locked door. No? Wait, I have a guess. There was a pot in the big empty room. That may be a clue. What I'm guessing is if you drop into the pots to get to the fairy room, the teleporter out of there will take you to the boss area. And I could use the health anyway. That was a little odd, but yep. Here we are. And I think this is just another nothing room. Okay then. It's a little thing to mess with you there. Nothing important. Okay, I did have bombos, so I think that's what that one was. Yeah, fire rod, ice rod, so I think it was fire, ice, earth. Find out soon enough. Yep. The tilted sword above the head is the giveaway. One down. Two down. And 3 down. So that leaves a bit of a conundrum, because without the mirror, which I'm pretty sure I still don't have, you can't go to Swamp. So that leaves us with just Pendant Dungeons and Turtle Rock. And Turtle Rock, of course, you can't clear without the Ice Rod, which I also don't have. There are a few more overworld checks I could do. Save and quit to get back to the light world, and then check the mire area. Could also do the smith checks. Okay. So that's under its normal rock. So either it's not randomized this time, or it just happened to pop up there. Normally it's not randomized at all, but it can be with the April Fools Randomizer. Money, and a heart piece. Okay, so nothing important here. There might be something in the dungeon proper, but I prefer not to go in there unless it's necessary, because there's a lot of dungeon and not a lot of items. Yeah. Just get me the hell out. That's why the health text is normally removed from the randomizer. So you don't have to sit through all the dialogue to get to the functionality. And yeah, drops you in the hell. No, I don't need the hammer because I have the Titan Smiths. Although I'm going to want it anyway in the Dark World. Okay, that's interesting. A minor inconvenience. So anyway, next up, the hammer pegs and the smith checks, which are not quite in the same place, but close. So blacksmith is where you would normally do get your temperate sword upgrade. You talk to this frog guy, Ghetto, he's like a riveting. You look like you aren't the same. I certainly don't look the same as usual, but that's something along the lines of, you don't seem like just an ordinary person. Originally lived in Kakariko. Aibo is like partner. Wonders how his partner is. Anyway, frog guy wants to go back to his partner. He cannot just mirror back to the light world because not having the mirror. But your followers will still follow you when you save and continue. And there is a patch in the randomizers that makes it so that he will change back to his normal form when you restart in the light world. Normally in the base game, if you were restarting at that point, you would already have beaten Aghanim and have the magic mirror. So you would just start in the dark world and he would stay as his normal self. If you manage to sequence break in the unmodified game to get to him without having beaten Aghanim, you would restart in the light world because beating Aghanim is what triggers it. But he would still be in his frog form because the game, I mean, there's no logic to check it because you're not supposed to be able to do that. So at that point, if you wanted it to work, you would have to then go back into the dark world to have him switch forms, save and quit again to get back to the light world. Hey, no need to swear. I'll let you have your sword perfectly. Yeah, another thing with the Festive Randomizer is that every hammer strike, instead of producing sparks, is producing mini mold arms. I want to temper the sword. I'll lose to a big loss. That's... yeah, he's saying he'll add a big discount, basically. And there's our mirror. Yeah, might as well finish out the smith checks. Yeah, with the hammer for hammer pegs. So the smith checks consist of bringing the smith to his partner to get what would normally be the temperance store, but in this case was the mirror. Then there's a chest that appears in the rundown house where the smithy is in the Dark World, which you take to the retired thief to have him open. And a lot of times the hammer pegs, which are right outside the rundown house, will be worked into that. Assuming you have the hammer, of course. So that's just you come over here, knock down all the pegs, the stump turns into a... there we go. Item dashing is something that was patched out of the English version of the game. Basically, if you press Y and A on the same frame, you will dash with your item. Which with hammers means you can knock down a whole row of things all at once. It's just money. Not sure why I bothered to get it even. And probably muscle memory. But anyway, you come up here, there's the chest. It's locked, can't open it, take it. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. And this, like the bomb, will be left behind if you press A, so you can dash, but you need to have recently done something like getting hit or hookshotting and twisting. So really, it's not worth the trouble. At least I don't think so. Here we come here to get to this cave. Leave the chest behind because it refuses to come inside with us. There's magic powder. Magic powder for enemies and various things, let's sprinkle it. Some healing also. That would normally be a piece of heart, so all the health is appropriate. See, I hope I didn't leave that too close to the portal. It looks like I did. Also, that wasn't the best place to mirror from. Alright, let's go back and get it again. And then take the fast way to the thief. Yeah, because you can flute with follower, so you collect the chest, come back to the light world, fly over to the swamp, and then he's just right there. Yeah, but at this point, it looks like we're basically in an ice rod hunt. Can you jump in here with a chest? I think you have to be able to. It's not like it can stop you from jumping off the cliff. Let's see what the magic bat has. Yeah. And I'm not even going to bother trying to figure that out because it's confused to begin with. Zamamiro. Yeah, Zamamiro is kind of an idiom. It basically means you deserve what you get. You're getting what you deserve, basically. I'm sorry for the bug removal. That's a strange way to describe a bug patching net. Although with the bug net, you can now talk to the sick kid and get whatever he has. Or no, with the bottle you talk to him. I've had the bottle for a while. That's right, I can't dash without leaving it behind. But catching net just reminded me that he's here. That's right, you can't take that inside with you. I could have done this a while ago. I can't get out of my body because I'm so excited. Yeah. Okay, nothing much. So, flute. 2, 7. And this has... I guess I did know. What? And I guess his hair is pretty messy, but I don't think that's quite where they're going with that. Anyway, let's do Swamp Palace. Yeah, I still don't have the book, so I can't do the... Or was that the book? No, this was... I don't remember this line very well. Bow, boomerang, hookshot, the bombs, powder, fire rod, ice rod is missing, the 3 medallions. This was the flute, this is the hammer, lamp. I think the book was the one on the far right, I can't remember what this is. Oh, the bug net. And bottles, blue stick, and mirror. So you need the red stick and the ice rod to do the turtle rock. We need the red stick to get anywhere in Turtle Rock and the ice rod to finish it. So the ice rod could be inside, which is the last place you want it to be, but it's possible. Oh, come to think of it, I forgot the pave over here. So this will have 5 more items. There's a piece of heart. There's a boomerang. Some more health. Shovel, which opens up 1 more spot. I guess an shovel is a kind of an excavator. Okay, I think I know where the falling in love thing comes from. As I remember, if I recall correctly, dig is like horu, and then the potential form, which is can dig, would be horeru. But horeru is also like to fall for. Anyway, there's a shovel. Let's just come over here real quick and do this. Since it's not too far out of the way. Yeah, I think this was a shovel and not the flute. More flower spots have been added, and the flute, or whatever it is not necessarily in the standard location. Okay, piece of heart. Switch back to the flute. Go over to the mirror. Anyway, Swamp Palace. Keep getting sidetracked. But it's probably better to get sidetracked and get things done than to forget about them completely. And to work back to the light world, to drain the lake, to somehow drain the lake into dark world also. Alright, this version of the randomizer patched that. Normally, if you try to use the mirror indoors in a non-dungeon area, nothing happens. And if you mirror while pushing a block, it kind of glitches out and the block disappears. Something about the state not being completely reset properly. Anyway, the details of it doesn't matter. The effect is that if you mirror while pushing a block, the block disappears, in effect. This is a very good hookshot place because it will take out most of the enemies in here. Of course, this is where you normally get the hookshot, so it makes sense that the hookshot would be useful to have. No, that chest is not really randomized. It really can't be under normal circumstances, because you need the key to get down the stairs. Oh, too soon. I take some unnecessary damage. Okay. We'll hope the key is in a normal spot. Come down here for another key to go up there and drain the water. I'll flood the passage, actually. You need the hammer to get past the barrier there. That's something that's pretty easy to forget, because in the original game, you will have the hammer at this point. You can't get to Swamp Palace without it. But in Randomizer, it's entirely possible to get here without the hammer, then realize when you get to this room you can't actually go any further. Also, I'm going to check in here just in case they made that connect to something. Yeah, normally it's just this ledge, and it's still just this ledge. Just a few supplies. So you can hookshot up to here, grab this key early. Pretty sure I have not found the big key yet, so can't open the chest. Oops, just a little too far. Okay, that's normal. There's our magical cape. Yeah, cape, cloak, same thing. I believe it's manta in Japanese, which is like a mantle, manto. So basically a cape or a cloak. Yeah, this lets us get up here. I want to hit this so we can come down here. Oh, no. You two went out on blue. Or orange. I get down here to grab this key. If I had pushed the lever right away, that would have flooded this and make the key unreachable without using another glitch that I don't... yeah, I can't get to work because I'm not sure exactly how the setup is. Anyway, it's something called Diver Down that basically gets you to clip through the railing and into the water. And because the game wasn't expecting you to enter the water except at the stairs, you can just walk around as if there weren't water. It's one of the interesting oddities of the game that you'd think would never come up, but people find all sorts of weird tricks that you can do that you normally wouldn't. Especially when there's any kind of speedrunning or racing going on. Yeah, I think what's happening with the player sprite is there are different pieces of it, and the pieces have their offsets randomized. Which is why you've got the head flopping around everywhere, you have the splashing effect in the water is not in the right spot. down this side to get to this chest. And I think I put the switches in the right spot to continue to the right. There's the bombs. Yep. Those are all money, so they don't matter. Oh, here's a shield. Which is duplicated because of sprite weirdness. Well, visually duplicated. I'm pretty confident that has no practical effect. And it's only when facing upper left. Otherwise, it's almost normal. Yeah, the one pot that's blocking your way there is the only one that has a heart. Still haven't found the big key, I think. Yeah. So can't open this. Might need to come back for it. Assume for the time being this is normal. Which means you want to go through here. Okay, yeah, this looks fine. Push this to drain the water. There's the big key. And silver arrows, very nice. That will make Ganon a lot easier. It is possible to beat him without, but it's more trouble and much more time-consuming. Okay, so there's something in the big chest, but I don't know what. I should really come back in and check it after clearing the boss. But for now, let's just continue forward. Huh, that was weird looking. And with the Master Sword, or Tempered Sword rather, possibly trivial. Although it's moving faster than usual. Can't believe I managed to hookshot through that cloud and not hit anything. Come on. Just that last puffball. There we go. Nope, not quite. Still a pretty fast kill. Not a difficult boss if you know what you're doing. Okay. So, I think that leaves just Turtle Rock now. Oh, we still haven't found the red stick or the ice rod. Which means, yeah, without the Cane of Samaria, you can't really do anything in the dungeon at all. And without the Ice Rod, you can't beat the boss. So those could be just about anywhere. Let's check the big chest just in case it's important. And afterwards, I may have to look in pendant dungeons. There is still Bonk Rocks. Trying to remember if there are any other overworld checks I haven't done. Nope, that's just money. Okay, I'm gonna have a quick bathroom break and be right back. Okay. I did remember we haven't gone to the Sage's place outside Easter Palace. Or... no, I think I did do that. But have not done Eastern Palace itself. So it's fairly quick, has a few items in it, so let's go there first. You're the hero who's got it. Yeah, I did go to see Sasra because he told me where the green pendant was. And if I came over to talk to him, I almost certainly grabbed the stuff from the back of his house. Well, the reverse shore beam should at least keep you from accidentally hitting something with them when you're trying to use the normal attack. Okay, that's normal. I was half expecting the room to be rearranged so that you had to go in the side to get through. Anyway, here's some missing boss music. Fairly high energy, but also very repetitive. Okay, big key early, that's nice. I also swear it sounds a bit off. Yeah, some of the notes sound a bit flat. Okay, 12 hearts, that should be plenty. Yeah, weirdness going on with those spawning. Grab this right away. And it's bombs. Okay, there are 2 locations left. And only 1 dungeon item left unaccounted for, so... yeah, compass could be on the boss or it could be over here, and I'd rather just get this now and not have to worry about maybe coming back later. The chaotic momentum is causing those to bounce where they normally wouldn't. There we go. Yeah, it's the compass. So, better to get it and have it be the compass than to not get it and have the compass be on the boss. And until you actually get one or the other, there's no telling which is which. Yep, you do not actually need arrows to kill those. The red ones you do. But the green ones, any attack, well, just about any attack will work. And if your sword is strong enough, it's one shot. Okay. Yeah, they changed which one that is. Should have seen it coming. Again, that's not normally the one that would open that. Alright, I have silver arrows. I only need one shot. Which also means I'll only need one shot for each Armos Knight. Yeah, and we get to the boss and the music suddenly gets calmer. One of the weird effects of music shuffle. And they go berserk when it's down to the last 3 instead of the last 1. Because why not? Again, that's not a normal randomizer thing, that is an April Fools randomizer thing. Okay then. So there didn't seem to be anything of importance there. Let's check, yeah, Checkerboard Cave. And then go into Desert Palace. Yeah, I've got just about everything except the 2 items I actually need. Which pretty much seems to be the way of things. Yep, a little too close to the rock. I can never remember exactly where it is. Yeah, this is another place where you would normally just use the mirror to phase through the blocks, but that's not going to work with it changed to not let you do that. I'll take a full heart piece, or container. Yeah, I checked the cave already. At least I think I did. So it's down here. First there's a cactus in the way. And then there's a single arrow. Well, that's some fast eyeball movement. Yeah, normally this fairy room is completely optional, but they moved the door so that it's here now instead of down there. There's the map, which is not important. So for what it's worth, the boots are not required to do Desert Palace. Yeah, I got the big chest in Swamp. I forget what it was already, but it was nothing important. So now we're basically raiding pendant dungeons and trying to find the last few items needed to finish the seed. Which are the Ice Rod to kill Trinex and the Cane of Samaria to get through Turtle Rock in the first place. Okay. That's different. Yeah, dungeon layout here has changed slightly. It's nothing too major, but it's enough to throw you off a little bit. You do still need the key to get to this chest. Which at this point had to be the big key because everything else was collected. Yeah, and the apples for whatever reason seem to count as monsters. I do recall that you can't pick them up with a boomerang or hookshot, which makes them at least different from normal item sprites, but having them count as monsters for item clearing, or room clearing purposes is kind of weird. Okay, that's just a red rupee. And the upshot to the ice spinning around that fast is that it seems like they can go right past you pretty easily. I believe the way the game handles that internally is they shoot out series of invisible projectiles, and when one of those hits you, it makes it do the beam. Which is similar to how the patrolling guards can tell if they see you or not. Okay, yeah, hookshot's fine. Is there... Is it this one? Yeah. Yeah, turbo tiles again. Fortunately here you can just pretty much ignore them and skip through the room as soon as you get the key. Yeah, the fast spinning eyes do at least suit the music. It's like they've been psyched up. Okay, that seems to be moving normal speed. Sometimes they'll accelerate these. Let's try the silver arrows on the boss. It can be tricky to hit them, but if you do, it's one shot, one kill. That's some wild momentum there. There you go, nice and easy. There's compass. Yeah, finding the location of the boss after you've beaten the boss is not helpful. Come on. This one will become stronger. Okay, I think that was the message for one pendant left, which is accurate. There's still the pendant of courage. Okay, I need to check the bonk rocks. Oh, it's faster to save and quit to get to those. And I save and quit to the wrong place. Let's try it again. Sanctuary. Gets quick health. And the mirror will take you to the entrance, which is a small and mostly useless but amusing shortcut. Can also do King's Tomb, but should probably do Graveyard Ledge at the same time, so that means going back to the Dark World. Yeah, those stumps are not normally in the way. Okay. So I already checked the bumper wedge and confirmed that was nothing important. Have not checked what's on Lumberjack Ledge, so I should make sure that's not important. Because if it is, I'll have to go beat Aghanim in the castle. Yeah, that's just money. I've managed to hit that bush far enough to the side to bounce off. Okay, that's just a bottle. Okay, back to the cemetery. That was interesting. Didn't think I would run into something dashing through there, but... Yeah, and I'm honestly not sure whether I hit the... yeah, the wall itself or the fence next to it. Yeah, that's the mirror. Okay, so this is just open. Normally you'd need to bomb through. I'll take it. It's just right there. Alright. You need to dash. Oh, and that shuffled too. Interesting. I probably should have seen that coming. But I just assumed that would be exempt from the normal shuffling. Come to think of it, never went through Hyrule Castle. So that's a few more things in there to check. Okay, here we go. So I could have gotten this a while ago. And it's just a boomerang. Which... yeah, I already had a boomerang. So apparently there are 2 boomerangs in the pool? That's unexpected. And normally there's the red one and the blue one, but I got 2 blue ones. Alright, so there's 2 items right here. One from Uncle, one from the chest. And then there's a few in the dungeon. Only you, I didn't want to get involved. I told you not to leave the house. There, take this sword and shield. Well, this line is surprisingly coherent. Then there is, only for the tribe. You should be able to use the secret sword that is transmitted. Save Princess Zelda to her. You are the princess. Oh, with this sprite, kind of, yeah. I mean, Bowsette is basically a princess. Okay, there's a red stick. I still need to find the ice rod, though. So the question is, do I want to risk going into Turtle Rock in hopes of it being there, and maybe have to do the whole dungeon twice? Or do I want to go into another dungeon, spend forever doing that, and maybe find nothing there? It's kind of a coin toss. Okay, this layout is normal. There's a gold sword. I'm not sure texture is quite the right word, but I do remember the text having something about it feeling warm. So offense is not going to be a problem. We've got the gold sword, we've got the silver arrows, there's really no much more you could want. Yeah, the only thing we don't have as far as offense goes is the ice rod, which, again, we're going to need that for the Trinex. There's a shield. Yeah, that's not a good translation there. I think the word they used was heichara, which is, it's kind of a slangish sort of thing that means no problem. So basically the text should be saying basically that, you know, anything up to a fireball or of that sort, no problem. Big key. That's always there. Just some money. And I already have the map and the key, so there has to be something in Dark Cross. Yeah, no compass in this dungeon. Honestly, it would probably be faster to mirror out, but I'm already most of the way back to the top, so let's just continue. This way. Yeah, this is not a key sanity, so there will not be anything in the tower except the keys to the tower, which gives us absolutely no reason to go there. Okay, that's just bombs. So... yeah, I need that ice rod. Don't have the mushroom. I don't have the Book of Medora, so that has the tablets out of play. Yeah, I think I'll just do Dark World Death Mountain. And if I don't find the ice rod there, hope to find it in Turtle Rock. Although, technically speaking, Dark World Death Mountain should be redundant, because in the... it got changed in the localization, but in the Japanese version of the game, the Light World Mountain is called Mount Hebra, and only the one in the Dark World is Death Mountain. But in any case... okay, got a hook shot. Yep. Fun little clipping there for a bit of a shortcut. Normally you could use the mirror to disappear the blocks also, but the April Fools Randomizer has played with that and makes it so that the mirror actually does warp you out of caves. Okay, half magic. Okay. The Hookshot Cave has 4 or 5 chests in it. There's another heart piece. Even more money. Arrows. And money. So nothing of importance. Let's do Spike Pave just in case. Yeah, that's just money. Honestly, it'd probably be just as fast as save and quit out. But with half magic, it's no hardship. Yeah, I've never liked rock lops. They're too fast and unpredictable. And if you hit them at the wrong time, they turn to rock and block you. Okay, I don't think I have Shuffle on for this, but we'll see. Yeah, that's just the standard order. One of the April Fools Randomizer options does allow you to shuffle the order of the pegs, or just make them completely random whether they're right or not. So that there's not even a fixed order, it's just, if you're lucky you get in, otherwise you don't. Anyway, let's hope to find the ice rod in here. Have I just not done any fighting? I guess maybe. Do you have a magical medicine? If she doesn't have any meds, I'm sorry to go ahead. Yeah, that's just... That's supposed to be you being advised not to go in if you don't have medicine to restore your magic. Got a little bit jumbled, but could probably get the gist of it. Okay, there's the key. Monster spawning monsters again. Okay, we'll do this the fast way instead of the way you're supposed to. Yeah, by hookshotting to the lamp, you can fall off and go back to the entrance before the lights go out. Okay, that's slowly pushing itself upward. One of the weird side effects of the momentum randomization is that things like this can just take themselves completely out of the room after a little while. There's our big key. Which I think is normally in one of those chests, but because we didn't get the "is this even randomized" voice clip, it must be the other one. That looks bizarre. Okay. And now for the chain jumps, which shouldn't be too bad with red armor, but they're still annoying. Okay. Through that. Should probably check the lava chest. Yeah, I keep forgetting how fast those go. And that's just the compass. So if I'd known that, I could have skipped this and saved the key for later, but that's the thing with randomization, you can't know. Yeah, if I already had the ice rod, it'd be one thing. But without the ice rod, I should check everything possible. Yeah, I had the mirror up to do this and forgot to. And in here we have bombs. Well, that's one more location crossed off the list. You can just bash. Okay, this is normal. There's the ice rod. Okay, that's a relief. Come to think of it, I'm not entirely sure why racers normally switch that back before going downstairs. So giant fire bars are a hazard. Yeah. It's not quite what I was trying to do. I think I can make a new one. Yeah. Yeah, hookshot gives you invincibility frames, but it will also latch on to things like those if they're there. Okay. And the key will have to be down here. Okay, there we go. This is the last crystal. So after this, it's just going through Ganon's tower and beating Ganon. There. Huh. That's odd. That's very odd. Okay, apparently the messing around with momentum has made the boomerang basically useless. On the other hand, it's not used much in randomizer runs anyway, so... could be worse. And with the gold sword, this fight goes by very quickly. Just another heart container. Very prolonged final note. So at this point, pretty much the only question left is where the big key is. With the power of Sepinus, we will break the barrier of the Ganon Tower. Fairly accurate. I never quite understood how breaking a barrier makes a stairway appear, but it works. We've got Zelda's theme playing through Ganon's tower. Yeah, we'll keep going this way. That's interesting. This is another one of those rooms you normally wouldn't go into. These, of course, burn nicely. Not quite far enough. I think you're meant to use bombs there, but the blocks work also. I don't remember there being a door down there. There's a big key. And the Book of Endure. Let's finish grabbing the rest of these. I think it also helps to get another key in the basement before going anywhere. Oh, there's one right here, so... Okay, now we just need to climb the tower, beat Ganon at the top, and beat Ganon in the pyramid. Yeah, that's the silver arrows. Not quite far enough. Okay, there's those dealt with. That must have inched up slightly. Yeah, if you're lined up exact multiple of 4 pixels from a door in a north wall that you have a key for, you can dash directly through it without stopping. Okay, these randomized cannonball speeds are throwing that off. Which I did line up with the south wall to do that, but it must have moved up slightly before starting the dash. I have plenty of arrows, I should just use them. Come on. Alright, they move ridiculously fast, so I didn't get a chance to powder it. Not too early. Yeah, and again, the weird momentum is making them behave oddly. And not sure what happened here. Okay, something weird is happening with their location. And then it's almost back to normal. Come on, where are you? Okay, this could take a lot longer than it should. There we go. Probably should have stopped for that fairy room earlier, but I was not expecting to have that much trouble with such a simple boss. That's always satisfying. Okay, this could be a pain with a giant fire bar. No, don't bash into that. Okay, that worked. I do have a potion if I need it. That's unnecessary, but okay. Kagami being mirror, so mirror shield. Also, something with negatives got mixed up in there. Wrong item. It should be something along the lines of being able to repel beams that you could not repel before. Okay, quick fairy here. Grab this just for the heck of it. Magic refill. And we should be good to go. Detached head. And the map. Just dash straight up through the middle of the room, and you typically will get through everything without problems. Ho ho. I am very happy to see her again. I think it's not the third time. Well, no, it's actually the first time. That's one hit. Needs 6. 2. That was just bad timing. 3 hits. 4. I was hoping to hit more than 1 there, but it didn't happen. Wait, is that the lightning attack? 5 hits. That was the right angle, but he'd already left. There we go. That looks almost correct. I think there was a tree with a fairy in it down here. Set that for a little extra insurance. Assuming it doesn't fly away. Yeah, 17 hearts, red mail, gold sword, silver arrows. This shouldn't be a problem at all. How can you be so hungry for an elephant like you? I didn't think. I have no idea. No idea what that was. Squeeze would be, like, to put into squeeze, basically. Put him in a bad situation. Triforce will defeat his unwillingness until we fulfill my Nozomi. Nozomi being wish. who controls the two worlds of light and darkness. So his wish to control both worlds. Yeah, there's no reason to use charge attacks there. Okay, I'm taking a lot more hits than I should. Do have medicine in case it's needed. If I can remember which bottle it is, anyway. Okay, we're on to phase 3. His teleport seemed to be off. Normally he goes the whole way to the edges. Yeah, can't get that far out normally either. Oh no, silver! Oops. Oh, how did I miss him? Okay. Not the best start. As he's also teleporting in ways that don't make sense. Yeah, and if there's a locked door in a place that isn't a dungeon, you can just open it, and it'll put you into negative keys. If you see other movement, you should stop it with a silver arrow. Okay, let's try that a little... Try that again and be a little more careful. Oh, there's a fairy. And magic. Okay, a hook shot. I think that first line is supposed to be something about, how could you have caused me so much trouble? But I'm not sure, and I'm even less sure how you get to elephants and hungriness. Okay, phase 3 already. He's definitely not teleporting like he normally would. Huh, I got the torch push. Basically, if you relight the left torch before the right one goes out, the right one never goes out at all. And if you can get Ganon away from the edge of the arena, you can hit him with multiple arrows in one round. Yeah, he's shooting those fireballs faster than he normally would. But I just need to go across the bridge, shake the Cryforce, and that's game clear. With that unnaturally prolonged fanfare. Yep, and here's a custom Festive April Fools message. Unless you didn't cheat, then congrats. That's about 3 hours. Okay, we'll fast forward through the... well, that was interesting. So yeah, there's... all the text here is replaced with glan, 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 glan. Glans, glan, 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 glan. This probably means something to someone, but I am not that someone, so I have no idea. There's our sprite looking normal, and King Zora. Yeah, normally some of these in Randomizer would say something about what's there. Oh, that looks odd. I guess that part of the map was changed and I just never looked at it. But yeah, normally you'd have things like the Zora text would tell you something about what the Zora gives you, the Bottle Kid would have a thing for them, the Ocarina Kid, Mushroom trade-in at the Witch's Place. But yeah, here it's just glan, 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 glan. And I still have no idea what's on the Master Sword pedestal, except that it's not required for the seed. So, you have the original credits, which seem to be normal. I don't know all the names, but they look correct. Yeah, Koji Kondo. Credit artwork, special thanks. And then we'll get into the randomizer credits after this, which are probably... yeah. This is definitely not normal here. Bunny Link by Kern. Yeah, I think most or all of these are people who do randomizer races. Kern definitely is. One of the things he did at one point was actually play through a randomizer run blindfolded. Which... I wouldn't even want to attempt that, but apparently if you know the game well enough and you're pretty good at what you're doing, it's possible, barely. Yeah, and in his honor, there is a Kern mode option in the April Fools Randomizer. I believe if you turn that on, there's just no graphics. So, yeah, good luck with that. And here's, you have the standard randomizer stuff at the end. It tells you when you found your first sword, when you found the boots, when you found the flute, when you found the mirror. There's going to be some boss stuff here. Yep, most bosses killed with the Tempered Sword. These are relatively new additions, some of them. Damage taken and magic used. Bonks is when you run into things with the boots. Saving quits is, of course, saving quits. Deaths, fairy ravels. 10 minutes in the menu, 14 minutes lost to lag. 172 of 216 items. That's more than you really like in Defeat Ganon Seed, but there was a lot of hunting around for the last few items to get everything. Total time just over 3 hours. Not bad. Wouldn't run a race, but not bad. So yeah, this has been ALttPR playing the April Fools Festive Randomizer for Link to the Past. And I do have 2 more realms that I've generated with this. I'm probably going to go through them in the next 2 weeks. Next one is going to be an All Dungeons Key Sanity, which will probably take something like 5 or 6 hours, because you need to go through all the dungeons, being all dungeons, and Key Sanity means any of the keys can be anywhere, so that's so many more things that could be just anywhere that you have to find to clear it. And last one, I think I tried some of the weirder options for the Festive that I don't know exactly what they do. So that could be fun. Or it could be ridiculously frustrating. Either way, it'll be interesting to find out. So, yeah. Planning on doing another stream next week, so hope you enjoyed it, and come back then. Let's see. Where's the stream ending thing?